Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'll be showing you how I make my ruffled headbands or scrunched headbands, and I'm using this satin fabric today in the color green, and I have 3 pieces of fabrics here. This is the first piece, this is the second piece, and this is the third piece, and this is the elastic that I'll be using. I'll also be leaving the measurement that I use in the description box. For this one, the first piece is 40 inches by the length and 10 inches by the width because I wanted this to be puffy. And for the middle piece, I have 16 inches by the length, 3 inches by the width. For the third piece, which is also going to be my elastic casing piece, I have it at 14 inches for the length, 2 inches for the width because I am using a 1-inch elastic. And then my elastic is 7 inches and it is the 1-inch elastic like I just said. So what I would do next is I'm going to be sewing all of this together. Of course, good face to good face. I'll sew all the way from the top to the bottom of this one. Do the same for the second piece, the third piece. So for my first piece, the one that measures 40 inches by the length by 10 inches, I'm going to bring it together, fold it to the edge this way, so I have the 4 openings on this side. And then what I'm going to do is, because I want to make a curve here, I'm going to be measuring, I'll measure 1 inch from this point to this point, like this, 1 inch. And then from here to here, 7 inches. So from here to this point is 7. So I'll just mark it. At this point, you can decide to use your ruler to connect from this 1-inch mark to this edge of the 7 inches, or you can use a curve, whatever you want. If you want here to be a bit curvy, you can do that, but I want it to be straight. So I'm going to be using my ruler to join it from this point to the 7 inches mark. Then I'll cut. So after I'm done with this, I'll take it to my sewing machine, sew on the wrong side by 1/2 inch or 0.25, whatever you want to use. I'll sew all the way around and I will be right back. So guys, I'm done sewing and I have all my pieces with me. This is the main piece that I just finished sewing. This is the middle piece and this is the elastic piece. So at the beginning of this video I said my elastic piece was 2 inches. That's wrong. My elastic piece measures 15 by the length and 3 inches wide, and the middle piece is 14 inches by the length and 2 inches wide. And I'll show you what we need to do with this middle piece. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn all of this inside out using my pins. And then for my elastic piece, I'm going to be turning it inside out. Give it a good press so that I have the sewn line to be in the middle of the fabric this way. So I'm done turning it all inside out, and I've given this one a good press. This is for my elastic, and I've pressed it. I have the lines in the middle as much as I can. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pass my elastic into this one. So when I get here, I'll be using this to hold it down so it doesn't move. Here. So when I get here, and then I'll take to my sewing machine and sew this by 0.5 inches here, and then still put this and then bring this, the other end of the elastic, to the edge here, Make sure it's in properly. Yes, and in the middle. And then use this to hold it and hold it. And then take to my sewing machine. I'll sew this here and right here. And then when I'm done, I would adjust all the scrunch. And it's going to look something like this. See how pretty this is? So I'm done sewing this, and this is what I have. This is what it looks like. Here, my elastic is all in this right now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the middle piece, which was 14 by 2 inches. You can make yours 15 inches by length by 2 inches wide or 3 inches wide, depending on what you want. But this is what I'm using, and I'm going to pass it into this, so it gives it a scrunchy look. That is why this is a scrunchy headband. Sing it together, and then I'm just going to use my pins or clips, whatever you have, to hold it in place so that it doesn't move while I try to pass the rest through to get to the other end here. So the pin is out, and I'm placing it at the edge here. I'm going to grab this end also, and look at this. You see how beautiful this is coming together? So for this part, you can decide to join it to this one and take to your sewing machine and sew all the way from here to this place. Then bring this, put it here, and put this and this over it. But I've discovered that whenever I do that, because this is satin fabric that tends to fray, and then I turn it over, this doesn't look neat. If you have an overlocker or your sewing machine has a zigzag stitch, you can use to cover it, and then it will look presentable, especially if you're making this to sell. But I'm going to be showing you the neater way to do this if you don't have an overlocker or your sewing machine doesn't have a zigzag stitch. So what I'm going to be doing first is this middle one right here. I will be joining it to this elastic first. So what I'll do is this part, I'll take this part that has the sewing in the middle as the wrong part, and also this as the wrong part, and I'll bring these two together, take to my sewing machine and sew across. Hold it down and sew across, and then also come to this other side, making sure that I have this the same place, and I'll pick this to the other end of the inner one that I used to make the scrunchie, and then pick this, place this line with this line together, and then sew. So this is it. I'll take this to my sewing machine, sew on here and sew on here. Just so we're clear, let me explain it one more time. So remember the piece that I passed into the bigger piece, right? For a neater finish of this headband, I'm taking this inner piece with my elastic piece, line and line, wrong face together, and sew. I'll take to my sewing machine right now, and then I'll sew it across. So you can also do the same if you don't have an overlocker to close the edges to make it look neat, or your machine doesn't have a zigzag stitch. This is the best trick or the best tip for you to do for these headbands if you're making to sell. So I'm done joining these parts to these parts together. As you can see, it looks together. The elastic path I joined with the inner one. So because I want this to have a very neat finish, for those of us who don't have overlockers or our machine doesn't have zigzag stitch, this is the best method. So for this larger piece, I went ahead and folded in like 1/2 inch quarter of an inch to half an inch to make it have this neat finish right here. I did the same on the other side, so that because I'm using satin, and satin tends to fray a lot, so that I don't have a lot of flyaways on my headbands when I'm done. Especially if you're making this for a client, please be careful. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this folded edge to this, but making sure that this line here is matching with this line on the back. So we are taking this as the back. So I'll bring it this way and put it like this. So it's together, they're all matching up together, if you know what I mean. And then I'll bring it, so this is it. I hope you can see. So this is it, here and here. And then I'll bring this end this way, one, and this one this way here. So with this, when I take to my sewing machine and I sew across, it looks all neat. There's no, even if you open it this way, you don't have the flyaways or the edge of the fabric showing, you know what I mean. So let me do this once again so that we can all see, and then I'll take to my sewing machine and sew. Remember that I folded 0.5 to 2.5 inch inward. So please do that also. You fold 0.5 inch inward and then bring this to this, making sure that they're all aligned back and front. And then I'll pull this part. You see, when it comes together, it looks so big. You don't have to sew it all the way because it doesn't look good. So you bring this one and this two. So I'll use my clip to hold it down so it stays, and do the same thing on this side. Or just lay flat with your finger. Put this way and this way. And then clip. And this is what it's looking like right now. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and sew this and this, and then I will be right back. We are almost done with this crunch headband, and it is looking good already. This can be worn to any event. So guys, I'm done sewing. I stitched this place and this place. And remember guys, if you like this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, comment, and share with your friends who like to make DIY stuffs for themselves or for their kids. And let them watch my video and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe to this channel. And this is what the scrunchie looks like. It is so pretty. All you have to do is just adjust it, these lines to the back. And because I didn't press it after turning it in, then I don't have any lines running across. So this is what I have. And this is very pretty. This, guys, is how to make your crunched or ruffled up headbands with elastic. And if you like this video, remember to comment, like, and share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what other kind of headbands you would like me to make. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.